What's up? I see I grabbed your attention today. Let's get straight into it, because fuck else I'm here to talk about. Just get straight to the facts. So I've lived through my mental reality for a while, and it wasn't until this year where I actually started looking at my physical reality and tapping in with those things. And as I've been here, I've realized, a lot comes with the physical. You got your environment, but more so, looking at the people, I saw one common thing, which was a lot of people don't give themselves a choice, right? And I mean a choice in, what they're taking in physically and also what they're taking in mentally, right? And that alone hits on so many levels that I yet haven't even, really gotten to my own self. But I want to talk about a common theme in making choices that I saw that I really, really feel like would help people propel a lot. Because I'm just here to share. So yeah. I'm sorry, this is a little awkward because it's like I'm trying not to make it come in a way where I'm like teaching somebody. I don't want to teach, and I don't want to like project and enforce things. I just simply want to share, just in case it can help somebody, just in case somebody wanted to know a different way about going, because I ain't had that. I had to pave the way. So we're here now. When given a circumstance, when given an experience, no matter what it is, what it looks like, you get to choose how you respond. You get to choose what you do in result of that. Specifically, you get to decide what thoughts you would, which thoughts you decide to cling on to. You get to decide how you're going to feel about it and maneuver through those thoughts and the emotions that come along with the thoughts. You get to maneuver how you physically respond, what you do behavior-wise in response to a circumstance. And in that being your responsibility and in your control, your choice, you get to make sure it is in benefit for you. Make sure the thought patterns, the emotions, and the behaviors you're taking on are something that are going to benefit you in the end. Now, this is something I've done like step by step. It's not something I necessarily broke down each process at a time. Like, okay, I had this thought that gave me this emotion, which gave me this behavior. I focused literally on the thoughts, then on the emotions, now on the behaviors. It's just really key. Like, if there's someone else in control of that, and when I say someone else, I mean another belief that was put onto you that you have to feel a certain way. It's normal to feel this way. Or not to say that it's not normal, but just because something normal is normal or mundane does not mean you have to keep on doing that thing. It does not mean that is the only option. There's more options. You don't have to respond to a situation that may seem sad in a sad way. You can respond however the fuck you want, right? And if you do decide to cry, that's on you. That should be a choice you make, though. It shouldn't be something that's just normal. It's just so important to make sure you're making choices that are actually beneficial for you. Choices that you can stick behind and say, like, yeah, making this choice is like way, very, very good for me. It's way better than that other shit I was doing. That is what should be expressed when asked about what you're doing. And it doesn't have to be for someone outside of you. Ask your own self. Why am I doing this thing? Why am I choosing this emotion? It might have good reason behind it. It's like, oh, this person, they just did this thing. It's like, but why do you allow yourself to do it? And you see the output that you get in doing that. I actually just thought of a story that resonates with this. I remember when I was working with my thought patterns and everything, and I came to a place where I actually knew how to keep in touch with my emotions and tackle my emotions and overcome and get into a better position with my emotions. I came to that place, and yet when I was getting like hurt or feeling some type of way, I would still give myself the space to do that. And that's why I don't allow no judgment, because like all this is a process. Like, it's not something that just happens as soon as I figure it out. Like, nah. I still was choosing to allow myself to sit in my bed and binge watch shows and feel sad and all that. But it's like, why do that when I know 3 days later I'm going to sit there and say, okay, what's up? Why am I feeling like this? I'm going to approach the emotion, and then I'm going to be able to tackle the emotion. You know, I was still putting myself in those places just because of the mundaneness of it. But mundane never helped nobody. You got to switch shit up. We got to do a little something different. This not working no more, because I know what to do now. I know how to overcome this emotion. I know how to do this thing. Why do I still allow myself to sit in something else that's not for me and not going to benefit me? And I know that because past outcomes. See, it's so easy to set a lot of expectations on the things we don't want in a negative way, but a lot of the times it's kind of hard to put that in a way where, you know, it's going to benefit you. The same way, and you can use that for anything. Like, hey, I overcame this thing when I was 5 years old. I can do anything fucking now. I can do anything. Just because I did it when I was 5 years old, I'm more than capable. You choose how you respond. You choose what you do. You know? All I say is make sure it's in benefit of you. Make sure it's actually going to help you thrive. Help you grow, help you evolve, help you leap into everything it is that you want. Just because you made that decision. Just because it was for the sake of yourself. Not no expectation of someone else. Not no mundaneness. Not no programming. Something that is just the way it is. None of that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Everything you do should be because it's what benefits me. This is what makes me happy. It makes me joyful. It actually makes me feel really refreshed when I just get an emotional feeling and I get sad and teary-eyed. It's so good for me to just let it all out. I just let it rip out, and then I'm able to laugh 5 minutes later. That's what works for me. That's what I love to do. That's what helps me. I feel refreshed after. It's like, yeah, that emotion, man. I was crying earlier. That shit was crazy. But yeah, I just, you know, that's what helps me feel refreshed. Because not ever was I saying we not going to feel emotions as human beings. You're going to feel that emotion. You're going to get it either way. But you choose how you respond. You get to choose what you do. Are you going to suppress it? Act like it's not there? You feel some type of way. It's you. It's your creation. Something you created. Tap into it. You could learn a lot from it. You could propel from it. It's there for you. Just in design for you. To benefit you. You gotta see, oh my god, I have to talk about that. That's a whole separate video. Just like rewiring your mind to get into a more optimistic state, you know. That's something that I did. I just saw that though and said getting very, very optimistic. Like, that is what forever will really, really help. Just being optimistic. And the more you just ingrain and drill, you will see the good in everything in your own way. For me, a lot of ways that I found good in my own experiences is just learning from it. And that's really, to be honest, my whole mission of being here. Learning. I have a life path number 7. Not to say every life path 7 is just like in my same form of learning, but I feel like that is one of the big themes in having that is learning. But that's literally what I came here to do. So with everything that came upon in my life, I just took it as a learning experience, and I was able to perceive it in that way, and it benefited me. No matter how bad it looked, no matter how ugly or scary and it was, I was able to look at it and perceive it as, hey, you're something that came in my life specifically for me. You're going to help me. You're going to teach me something. And that's what it inevitably began to do. The more I looked for it as well, you gotta look for it. It's somewhere in there. I can learn something out of this shit. Why did this happen? You know, what did I do in response? Why did I do that? I'm just learning, asking myself the questions and learning. You know, and that was my whole thing. That's my whole mission, you know what I'm saying? And now I just want to share because I've came across so much shit and I'm still learning so much. And it's like, we gotta get this data out. You know, I'm like a little running computer. Seriously though. But you hold the power. It's your choice. The life you live by design, the thought patterns you take on, how you interact with people, what you do, how you spend your time, how you use your body, that's your choice. How you decide to style your body, how you decide to present yourself in any shape or form, it's your choice. So make sure it's actually benefiting you, you know, in the ways that you desire. So it's your life, your design, you're the creator. Much love. See you next time. Until next time.